I look like at the one that he made himself to be. Okay? I look like that part, that era, that age. So I'm the original one.
And mind you, he's saying all of this with an eyeliner on. The same eyeliner that Michael Jackson used to have on because it's part of his artistic style, right? This is someone who dropped his last name, James, and picked up Michael's last name, Jackson. He's even somewhat speaking like the guy. Like, man has copied Michael Jackson to the T. But he has the audacity, caucasity to sit here and talk about how it's Michael Jackson that looks like him. Michael Jackson, hell, is the one impersonating him. That's what he's basically saying in this video. Someone in the comments says, every time he lies, Michael says, chamo. So our favorite Michael Jackson impersonator is still at it, being delusional. Yes, I'm talking about Fabio Jackson again. A few days ago, I made a video covering the situation around him getting dragged on TikTok for how he reacted to the upcoming Michael Jackson's biopic trailer. Did I word that correctly? Initially, I had thought that that was going to be the first and last video I'm going to be making on the guy. But oh boy, was I wrong, because man is so delusional to the point where he don't even want to accept that Michael Jackson is a black man. He don't think Michael Jackson is black.
You're still cosplaying a black. Yeah, but you're still cosplaying.
I don't agree with the N-word. I don't agree.
Yeah, but you're still. You do know Michael Jackson is black, right? He's a black man. He's a black American, African American man.
He's a very dark shade of skin.
No, he's black. He's black. He's a black man. He's black.
A black man would be someone from Congo or something like that.
That really narrows it down, doesn't it?
No, he's not from Congo.
What?
So now you know, you've heard directly from Fabio Jackson. In order for you to be black, you have to come from the Congo. So me, a Nigerian woman, guess what? I'm not black. I'm Nigerian.
I'm not black. Impossible. I'm not black. I'm Dominican.
Yes, Catherine is half Hispanic and she's half Japanese.
Ooh, shit. That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So Michael Jackson literally... Okay, you want me to show you interviews where Michael Jackson...
Have great hair? How do you think they have great hair?
Michael Jackson did have a beautiful head of hair, but at the end of the day, everybody's hair is beautiful regardless of how they look, right? So pointing it out like that, oh, he had great hair when we're talking about his race and his blackness, especially when you put into consideration the statement he made prior talking about his mother being mixed, one cannot help but think or wonder, okay, what are you trying to imply here?
Great hair. Wait. Black people have bad hair? Wait, black people have bad hair? Wait. Black people don't have bad hair. There's no such thing as bad hair. We don't have bad hair.
There is.
What is bad hair?
Grow hair like that.
Put a pin on this.
We don't have bad hair.
There is.
What is bad hair?
Grow hair like that.
Because I saw a comment in one of his videos where someone was pointing out or calling him out for saying this. So I went back to look for the comments. Thankfully, I was able to find it. You know how in that video he pointed at the sister's hair, talking about black people can't grow hair like that, basically implying that that is the good hair that he's talking about. If you don't have that kind of hair, you don't have good hair, right? This person had called him out in the comment section saying, but let's not pass the part where he said black hair is bad hair. And he responded back saying it's fragile, not bad, just fragile. This is him basically backpedaling, right? While yes, in that video, he did not say verbatim that black people hair is bad, he implied it multiple times by first bringing hair into the conversation, specifically Michael Jackson's hair into the conversation, talking about how Michael Jackson has great hair. And remember, he said this after saying that Michael Jackson's mom is mixed. Now, if you bring all of these factors together in context to the conversation that's been had as it relates to Michael Jackson's blackness, what he's basically saying here is Michael Jackson has great hair because he's mixed. I don't think black people have great hair. And then after he pointed to the sister's hair and said in quotes, you guys can't grow hair like that. That portion of the video was man basically dog whistling. He said what he wanted to say without even saying it. And now in this comment section, he's backpedaling. And he's also trying to gaslight people, trying to make them feel like what they think and know of what exactly he did in that video is not what he did.
Oh no. I've seen black women grow hair like mine. Longer.
It's probably a wig.
No, it's not a wig, Fabio.
Yes.
No. I know black girls who literally
But
have hair
it
like
doesn't
me.
matter. It's not about that. It's about how Michael is. Michael is mixed with a lot of, you know, races. He's not just black.
He's black.
He has a lot of shades of different mix.
Do you
Why be realistic here?
I am realistic.
Like,
Michael
you are
Jackson.
also mixed with other races, right? So that doesn't make you fully Indian.
But yeah,
You have to put in whatever your ancestry was.
wait. But Michael was black though. He was definitely black.
He's dark skinned.
This is a black man. He's got the fro. He's got the
He honestly looks more brown than black, to be honest.
Yeah, because nobody on the planet is actually black. Hello, everybody is a different shade of brown. Not even the most melanated people on the planet, I'm looking at my beautiful South Sudanese brothers and sisters, are actually black. They are brown. That's why if you put like a black paint on them, you are going to see the difference of where the black paint is and where their skin actually is. Hence why when that makeup company, I've forgotten their name, released a black paint for a foundation.
This should be a crime. This is what we get when we ask to be included in the beauty industry.
They received a lot of backlash because nobody is actually black.
Which side of my face is the black face paint or the Euphoria foundation? You can't tell. You know why? Tar in a bottle.
Just because we are called black people don't mean we're actually black. The same way white people are called white, but they are not white. Same goes for the other races of people and how they were categorized with this whole color system madness. Asians are not yellow. Native Americans are not red. None of us. It's just a crazy color system that we probably should maybe even stop using. But, you know, it is what it is at the moment.
Look at that. Who's Ronaldo? Ronaldo, the football player from
Cristiano
Portugal?
Ronaldo.
Yeah, I know him.
Yes.
But he's probably got
Yes.
he's probably got the North African in him, but this is a black
brown
man.
skin. That's brown skin. That's not black. That's brown skin, and he's
So
mixed.
what does black look like? Can you show me an example of what a black looks like? I need to know, like,
Very dark skin. Very dark skin.
you mean like black? So should I search up like black people? Cause like when I search up black people, this is what I get: people who look like Michael Jackson. Like, this is how Michael Jackson looks. So that's why I'm so confused. See, look, black people. That's how Michael Jackson looks. That's how Michael Jackson looks. Right there.
But isn't it crazy how we just label as black even though they are mixed?
Bro, what? Oh my goodness, like, you really cannot make this issue up.
A black man is from the Congo.
Yo, excuse me?
Hold on, saying he's mixed. His mother, Catherine, is half Hispanic, half Japanese.
No, that is false. You can do any research and your claim is not supported by facts.
Facts? Yeah, the facts that I know are that Michael looked like me later on in his life. His children are white, and any actor of any race can play Michael.
Here's a clip of MJ saying he's a black man and he does not want white people playing him.
What?
Why would I want a white child to play me? I'm a black American. I'm proud to be a black American. I am proud of my race. I am proud of who I am.
Oh, I did not know that.
Bro, how misinformed are you?
Well, I did vote for Trump.
What we are looking at here is a white man who don't want to accept Michael Jackson's blackness because, according to what a lot of people on social media have been pointing out in comment sections and in videos, they are saying that he is a racist.
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell on say? What the hell on?
No, because explain to me how you make your entire living, all of your content, all of your posts, right? Impersonating Michael Jackson, a man who publicly spoke about racial injustice, police brutality, and the pain of being black in America. He also spoke out against Is Not Real. He used his art to expose systems of control in America, and you take his voice, his look, his art, you mimic his entire legacy to make you a bag, while also being MAGA, while also uplifting people that Michael would have never aligned with, like Charlie Kirk, people who actively undermine racial justice movements. Sir, you are the embodiment of hypocrisy in sequins and eyeliner.
So it's coming off like, because he's a racist, according to what the netizens are saying, he's not supposed to be liking black people, not to talk about finding over one, and, you know, even going as far as doing surgeries to look like one and impersonating this person and making money off of this person. It's hard for him to, you know, coincide these two phenomenon together. Hence why he is denying so heavily Michael Jackson's blackness, because cognitive dissonance going on right before our eyes.
I just did my nostrils. Everybody does their nose at one point in their life.
Eesh.
Sheesh.
Yes, I had to borrow that from this our Somali brother, because we do need to slow down with the generalizations here. What do you mean everybody does their nose at one point in their life? Who is everybody? Who?
I'm pretty sure it would be probably about 75% the population that would have done it if they could. If they could, someone, okay, they would be in a hospital or in a surgery room every day. Every day. I mean, it happens every day, but I mean, it would be more if you could afford it. If you can't afford it, then that's your problem. It's not my problem. I didn't do my face. Does it look like I did my face? No. I was born like this. Michael doesn't look like me like this, you know? He looked like Michael. He looked like Michael, you know, the brown skin tone Michael. That's not who I look like. I look like at the one that he made himself to be. Okay? I look like that part. That era, that age. So I'm the original one. So I'm the original one.
And mind you, he's saying all of this with an eyeliner on. The same eyeliner that Michael Jackson used to have on, because it's part of his artistic style, right?
And then you had the audacity in your comments to say not everyone who wears eyeliner is left. We know that.
This is someone who dropped his last name, James, and picked up Michael's last name, Jackson. He's even somewhat speaking like the guy. Like, man has copied Michael Jackson to the T. But he has the audacity, caucasity, to sit here and talk about how it's Michael Jackson that looks like him. Michael Jackson, hell, is the one impersonating him. That's what he's basically saying in this video. Someone in the comments says, every time he lies, Michael says, chamo.
This is my look, and I claim it 100%. Get a lie detector if you want. I will pass that. Get a lie detector. I will pass it. I only did my nostrils, and this is my look. Complete friendship and innocence, you know, like it was nothing. Nothing. You know, at the end, people were saying, we want to take photos of you. And I was like, okay, you want to take photos of me, but he's the one that performed. You got to take photos with him. You better tip him to take photos of me. You know, and that's what happened. You know, people don't say that, but that's okay. That's okay. Many times Michael has said that a lot of times he doesn't believe the tabloids. A lot of times he doesn't believe what people say in a magazine about him. A lot of times he doesn't read all the things that is said about him, how bizarre, how weird he is. And it's true. It's true. Because if that was to get into his head, oh my gosh, today, I'm pretty sure the guy would have killed himself. Really, he would have. With all the hate, even the hate today, I'm pretty sure he would have done it. Join us. Because you guys are no fans. No fans. You can say whatever you want, okay? But you're no fans, because Michael was not about that. He wasn't about criticizing anyone. He wasn't about, you know, bullying anyone. Even if you don't know the full story, He was not. He was not that person. But you guys are, and you're not a fan.
What level of victimhood is this? Is he, in the moment, trying to categorize himself or put himself on the same level as Michael Jackson as it relates to the criticism that he got and the hate that he got from some people saying that he too is experiencing the same thing just as Michael Jackson did? Is that what this individual is doing?
You're not a fan because you didn't understand Michael. You didn't understand him. I'm sorry, but you're not. He was at a different level, you know? Different level. And if he saw me today, I don't know what he would say, but I'm friends with his friends. That says a lot. That says way too much. That means that I have the respect from people that lived with him, okay, in Neverland, that have been with him for many years and has worked with him for many years and is my friends. So you can't tell me that I don't know much about Michael. They tell me what Michael was on, you know? They tell me what Michael was about. You know, they told me things that you guys don't know.
It really does get to a point. He wants us to believe that he loves Michael Jackson so much, but he cannot even accept Michael Jackson for the black man that he is. Like,
you know, I find it fascinating how so many people out there are putting words in my mouth. Like, you guys are making your own conclusions. I never said I was an impersonator. I never said I was a tribute artist. You know, it's actually kind of offensive to call me an impersonator because I don't study the craft as good as they do.
We know.
What to do is not answer my call when I'm trying to get through. Keep me wondering why. All I can do is sigh. I just want to touch you.
We've seen the moves. It's not giving. You definitely don't study nothing.
They spend their time to learn everything to the perfection, to show the magic, to give you a performance, to give you that energy back. I don't spend that time. I told you before, I'm a content creator and a live streamer. That's it. Because I don't practice at all.
And the fact that he's making this video talking about how mediocre he is in comparison to the other people out there who are spending their time and maybe even resources to learn. Because I learned recently that some of these people who really are talented and know how to dance, like Michael Jackson, are paying instructors and they're going for lessons. They're paying choreographers, did I pronounce that correctly, to be able to, you know, do it like he did it, or at least as closely as they can get themselves to do it like him. But him is just this mediocre white man that just sits there, slaps Michael Jackson's face on him, and he can still earn so much out of being this mediocre. And that makes me even more like irritated by the entire situation, profiting off of the image of a dead man, an image and a legacy that he works for his entire life. Like fresh out of the womb, this man has started working, and then you just swoop in from nowhere and now you are profiting off of another man's labor, a black man's labor, image, legacy for that matter. Is just like absolutely disgusting. I cannot stand it. I really can't. I don't care. This right here is supposed to be a crime. This is supposed to fall under some kind of category of infringing on someone's intellectual property of some sort. Like, because that's what it is. There is just something insidious about this that really rubs me off the wrong way.
But how you gonna make a living impersonating Michael Jackson, a man who sang about being targeted by the systems of racial oppression and injustice in America, and then you gonna post a Charlie Kirk memorial post on George Floyd's birthday? See, and this is why, because I knew something was weird, something was off. That is betrayal in a glitter glove, and
The only time I actually do some dancing is on Saturdays here on live stream, and that's because it's a way of gratitude of all the hard work during the week, you know, for the fans. And that's it. That's the only time. because they love it. So I just deliver that. I don't actually consider myself like a perfection on that aspect. I'm not. So yes, I could be stiff, but why wouldn't you be? I stream 6-7 hours a day. That's sitting for a long time. You know? So yes, if I was to be a dancer, I wouldn't be a streamer. Absolutely not. So that's all I want to say.
You know, following this situation, I honestly cannot help but wonder how Michael Jackson's family actually feels about all of this going on. This man just having their sons, brothers, fathers, nephews' face on his face. And not only that, he's taking their last name and he's added it to his own name, and he's just like navigating life doing all of this. Like, I cannot help but wonder, how do you think they are taking this? Like, I'm not even related to the guy and I'm offended by what's going on. So I can imagine what his family actually feels about this. But that's for his family, right? Now, if I think about Michael Jackson, his person, and what he would have felt about this, if he were alive, having to maybe watch all of this, he probably would have felt uncomfortable by it, because we've seen other celebrities have lookalikes and people who go the extremes to be like them. One popular one is this page lady, I believe that's her name, that impersonates Ariana Grande, and I think there's reports out there that says that Ariana Grande is not pleased by the situation, and to make it even worse, this page person decides to, you know, even go and open an OnlyFans using Ariana Grande's image. And this thought pattern then gets me to this point where I start feeling like, even though these people want us to believe that this is a fan thing going on, they are doing this out of love, I don't think it's really that. It probably started as that. Maybe they started doing it initially because they really, really love this person. But I think it gets to a point where they realize that, oh, I can profit off of this person. And then it somewhat tweaks into like something very selfish and dark. And they just start going down that path. And then we get to this point where we are at now. This is a very parasitic setup. That's what it seemed like to me. But that's just how I see it. You guys will let me know how you see it. But before moving on with this video, I want us to take a few steps backward. Not so much steps, just 1 or 2 steps backward. You know that video I shared in this video where Fabio Jackson, met another Michael Jackson impersonator on the street, and then he started reacting like he's Michael Jackson, being pleased by this person impersonating him? Justin Bieber had also made a comment about that video, and this creator that he was on a live with brought his attention to it, and this was how that went.
Fabio, you gotta respond to Justin Bieber. It's on his IG story. It'll go viral.
What? This guy for real.
Ever see that video of the fake Michael crossing his arms and looking at the other fake Michael?
Yeah,
No.
like he looking at him like he the real Michael.
like he the real
Mike. Well, if you just sit your ass down.
Neither one of
Why is he rolled up like he's actually
Neither one of y'all niggas is the real Michael.
Go sit your ass down.
Why is he sharing a bed with so many dudes? I don't understand.
Very rich of you to point that out, coming from a man that's changed his entire face to look like another man. What, you want to call them gay because they're being humans, enjoying each other's company? Like, so what if they're cozying up together? So goddamn what? Like, I'm so sick and tired of this phenomenon that we have in society when we see men being humans, men being soft and comfortable in their masculinity. Now all of a sudden eyebrows are going up. And then when they do the opposite now, because they want to prove to society that they are not gay, now we are, you know, screaming toxic masculinity. Like, what exactly do we want? Maybe if we actually let these men be humans, we may not be dealing with all of this toxic stuff that is a result of us trying to make them as hard as possible, because to us, being that hard and being emotionless and being, you know, damn right evil is what is masculine and what is okay. And this madness starts with upbringing, when they tell little boys that they cannot cry, they cannot play with, you know, certain toys. And the more you look into it, the more you start to realize that none of this is actually natural. It's just what society has stated, that this is how you should be if you're a man and this is how you should be as a woman. I thought it was very interesting that that was his first go-to Like his first point of attack was to go for, oh, they are in bed together. And you're wearing eyeliner, by the way. And don't get me wrong, I don't even have a problem with him wearing eyeliner, or if he wants to even wear like a full face of makeup. I don't have a problem with guys that express themselves like this. I'm the kind of person who wish that we live in a world where everybody will be comfortable to actually, you know, show themselves to the world how they want to show themselves to the world, right? And I've said this a few times. So this is not coming from a place of, oh, like he's a man, he's wearing makeup, like let's laugh at him, let's clown him. No, that's not what this is. Because I think the world is already so difficult as it is. So adding this layer of people not being able to express themselves the way they want to in a healthy manner, I think it's an added problem. And no, this statement does not apply to him wanting to express himself like Michael Jackson. That is not a healthy manner. That's like, you need to go and see a therapist, quite frankly. I'm talking about the normal kind of, you want to express yourself by wearing like a little eyeshadow here and there, or doing lipstick. If that's what makes you happy. One life, do what will make you happy in this life. That's what I feel. So the comments about him wearing eyeliner did not come from a place of, he's a man, he shouldn't be wearing eyeliner. Because historically even, men have been doing makeup in the past. It's now about getting to this conservative, you cannot do makeup as a man, you cannot grow your hair out as a man, you cannot wear earring as a man, you know, you do all of this stuff and people are looking at you weird. Like, that's very, very modern. Came with colonization and, you know, the conservatism that came with them Europeans, right? Which we're not going to be diving into that right now because that's not the topic at hand. But I'm saying all of this to say that, like, he was pointing at these men for doing this thing that he don't think that men should be doing. But if we want to go by the standard of our modern world and the conservative society, because he's
MAGA,
you should not be doing that, wearing eyeliner. So stop being a hypocrite.
Hey, you sit your ass down. You're gonna sit your ass down, boy.
You stupid ass boy. What? It's
You're
crazy.
also a fake Michael.
Insane. You're also a fake Michael.
Right.
Crazy.
But you know you aren't Mike, right? Just a really dedicated fan.
Wait, I'm not? Oh, man, I thought I was. I thought I was him. I thought I was in Neverland. Nassim, thanks, man. Thank you for letting me know that too.
Of course. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day.
You too. Bye.
The way he tried to play it off, like, man, someone in the comments said, bro pretended like he didn't see Justin's story already. Who knows? Maybe he really did not see it. It's possible. So I'm not going to say, oh, he saw it and he's pretending like he didn't, because there's a lot of stories that I don't see from celebrities because I don't really follow them. So another Michael Jackson impersonator by the name Michael Trapson came into the conversation. But I just think that name is very interesting, Trapson, when you think about the dynamic of, you know, what situation these people are in right now. It's kind of like a trap, like a mental trap, one that they got themselves into, and now they need like psychological help to free themselves at this point because issues getting out of hand. Because truly, what are you doing? Abandoning yourself, your person, so you can pick up someone else's. Like, that's just, like I said in the first video, I'm not one that judges. I don't like to judge people, but this particular one would never make sense to me. It's just like weird. Like, you have one life on the planet and you spend it being another person. We don't get to actually meet you, the you that you are. I think it's sad. I think it's you doing a disservice to yourself. Like, Michael Jackson has lived his life being himself. That's how we got to know of him. And now we would never get to know you. And I think that's very unfortunate. But, you know, that's how these people have chosen to live their life. And if it makes them happy, well, good for them. But I still think it's weird.
Man, let me ask you this. Why don't people embrace that part of Michael?
What?
You know, legacy, victory, bad. Why don't people embrace that?
What does he even mean by that? Is there a part of Michael Jackson that people don't embrace? Like, what does that even mean? And notice how the parts that he highlighted, talking about how, oh, why don't people embrace this part of Michael Jackson, are the parts where his skin condition was really starting to show. He's now looking paler. His hair now is, you know, straighter. No thanks to the accident he had with Pepsi that, you know, burns his scalp. I think they said second degree burns, right? So because of that, the man started wearing wigs. If you put into consideration that this is someone that is being accused of being a racist, they are saying he's MAGA. He don't even want to accept that Michael Jackson is black. So of course, the stage of the Michael Jackson he appreciates more, it seems, and he once highlighted, and according to him, people don't
embrace that part.
Is the part that Michael looks whiter. So of course this is showing in the parts of Michael Jackson that he thinks needs to be highlighted more, which is the part that don't look black to him. Now you see that there is really an issue that this person is having with Michael Jackson's blackness.
I'll tell you why. It's because Michael Jackson's solo career boomed off in bad, dangerous history. So it was before that it was all Jackson stuff. Even down to Victory Tour was all about the Jacksons. So if you want to, you can't do.
When you put that on and you did the Black Panther thing, that was awesome.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Awesome.
Appreciate you.
So if you don't know a lot about Michael Jackson, I'm going to explain to you why what he just says is a little bit weird and anti-black. Fabio, Michael Jackson was black. Now Fabio and Michael Trapson are going live, and low-key, it seemed like they were both shading each other. Fabio was like, ooh, you kind of look like this person. Michael Trapson was like, ooh, you look like this person. Ooh, you look like this person. Ooh, you look like that person. Up there looking like Lil' Kim and Big Mama. Come on! While Michael Trapson was talking about Michael Jackson's history, Sandra Fabroni thought it was a good idea to say, why does nobody embrace this part of Michael? Michael Trapson says, what do you mean? And Sandra Fabroni says, legacy, bad, dangerous. Coincidentally, what Fabio is talking about people not embracing is the part where Michael Jackson had to end up lightening his skin because he had surgery and vitiligo, even though he's a black. And while saying, why don't people embrace that part of Michael, while you've also said in the past that Michael Jackson wanted to turn white, it just don't come off right. One thing I like about Michael Trapson, though, is he checked Sandra Fabroni on that. He said, you can't forget about the origins. Michael Jackson didn't always have the vitiligo problems, or at least severe vitiligo problems. There's the Jacksons, there's black and white, there's a whole bunch that you missing in between. You are so self-centered and you are so convinced that you're Michael Jackson, you want people to focus on the part of Michael Jackson that you look like. Bitch, he has a whole life. You are sitting on here looking like a frame of Michael Jackson, a frame of Sandra Bullock, and a frame of you need to pull your fucking nose out your face. Another piece of tea I caught was when Michael Trapson told Sandra Fabroni that Michael Jackson was brown back then, and Sandra Fabroni was like, why don't you do something else? He said, why don't you ditch the team and do the solo act? He said when he threw on the Michael Jackson suit with the Black Panther twist, he liked that. We not talking about the Black Panthers, we are talking about Black Michael Jackson. Why do you think Michael Jackson got to be a Black Panther theme for him to be black? During the live, Fabio Jackson also threw some shade at Rico Jackson. He's the one who slides on his knee pads. They say he looked like Michael Myers. Sandra Fabroni, when you hit the Americas again, do not be surprised if Michael Myers Jackson slides them knee pads across your face. He's walking around with facial surgery to look like Michael Jackson, talking about people that wear a mask and makeup and suits to look like Michael Jackson, and he said that it's weird for them to wake up and walk around like Michael Jackson all day. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when Rico doing all that sliding, I know he got a motherfucking hat or something, or a cup or something, he getting some money. Fabio, he's actually out there with boots on the ground. You're sitting over here on live complaining why people want to acknowledge white Michael Jackson rage baiting these people for roses and camel stickers. And Shay, you didn't do it this time, but every time you go live, you got that sound effect in the background. You need to turn that down. Can't nobody hear nothing. Talk about some trombone. This is my last thing on this video. I have a question for the impersonators. When Michael Jackson's children, when Janet Jackson slide down TikTok, and they see y'all dressed up as their dad, their brother, their family member, how do you think they feel? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Impersonation is what drag queens do when they get on stage and they do a little dance and stuff and they put on the makeup, but then when they go home, they take that shit off. And I'm not saying that the drag queens themselves are impersonators. I'm saying they impersonate certain celebrities. They dress up as characters and themes, right? Now, originally, when it came to musicians, I could have swore there was only tribute bands. You know, they would play the song. Of course, they would kind of remotely sound like them, but it would be good. Tribute bands. When the celebrity tributes or even impersonation become go get surgery to look like go and steal the personality on yourself, steal the person's voice? Like I said, I don't go around impersonating celebrities, so I could be wrong, but I thought it was tribute bands and then people like drag queens and stuff did impersonations at shows, not walking around and getting surgery to mimic and look like them their whole life. Yeah, I'm gonna shut the up and show y'all what I'm talking about. If you'd like to show some love and support, I would greatly appreciate it if you hit the like and follow button for me.
That takes too much work. You know, I don't have the skin tone. I don't have vitiligo. It's like I have like the perfect Captain EO, bad era, like 87 bad era vibe. Like Michael Jackson was still brown back then, so he was still brown, and I can get away.
You try and do solos though. You can try and do solos to work your way up, you know, and then you can get a team. I'm sure you have the team already, but getting the solo gigs would be a lot easier than getting a whole team. It's expensive.
Yeah, I mean, no, I get those all the time. Like people want. I get more requests to do solo events, but I bring my team along. You see, all my shows is when Michael Jackson. I'm like, no, I'm bringing like my team. I'm bringing my guys up. We're going to do it. We're going to do it Victory Tour style. Just because there's not a lot of that in the game, so I'm going to bring that energy back. Like I said, Michael Jackson legacy covers all.
The stripe pants.
Stripe pants and a stripe and. Oh, I told you! The stripe pants. Oh. Yo, bro, and I ain't gonna lie, because I was not expecting to see the stripe pants. I was not bro, you see, they said Michael Jackson was
that and the pink outfits. You know,
these people could have been using their talents just like Michael Jackson did to create their own style of dancing or types of dances, creating their own techniques, their own genres, if you will. But because they are so focused on being this person that has done his own thing, I think it may also be affecting their talents in a sense that they may not have the chance to, the time to build on and be the person that they would have been, created the kind of value that they would have created, that would have been in addition to what Michael did, because they are not focusing on them. They are focusing on being Michael. And I think, again, it just shows the disservice that they are doing to themselves, and not only to themselves, but to the world at large. Because imagine if someone like Michael Jackson did not focus on being Michael Jackson, he was focusing on being someone else. Like, think about that for a moment. What that would have looked like. We never would have got to Michael Jackson. And that's just maybe what they are doing right now. They could quite literally be robbing not only themselves, but the world of the amazing person and talents that they are by not being themselves. Do you guys get what I mean? I hope this makes sense. And it just dawned on me now as I'm watching this, thinking about, you know, all of these plans that he's made, all of these steps that he's taken. He has a team, has, you know, structures here to make sure that what he's doing, he can do it the way he does it. But imagine if all of that goes to actually building his talents and creating something unique, like Michael created something unique. But at the end of the day, it's not like I have right to tell anybody what they should or should not be doing. Who am I, right? I can't even do that even if I wanted to. So they are doing what they want to do, I guess, and it is what it is. I'm bringing it to an end here. What are your thoughts? Let's continue this conversation down below in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. And of course, as always, I'll be catching you in the next one. Bye.
Wait a minute, so you mean to tell me that Fabio Jackson spends his whole life impersonating Michael Jackson, making it his entire personality, his whole internet shtick? This is his gig, right? To the point where a lot of people who watch him are starting to believe that he believes the lie himself. Like, he's starting to think that he is Michael, or like he's the rebirth of Michael Jackson or something like that. Meanwhile, like I said, this man is MAGA. Fabio is MAGA. And now you're going to tell me that he believes that Michael was guilty of the allegations, which we already know he was found not guilty of in a court of law, as well as the people who accused him came out and said years later that they lied. So riddle me this then, especially those of y'all that are fans of Fabio, right? Why would you want to make your whole life career, your whole online personality based off of someone you believe was a PDF file? Unless you are also and I'm sorry, the people in the comments talking about they want him to play Michael instead of Jafar. Are y'all okay? How can you not want Jafar to play Michael? The boy looks like his uncle. Have you seen the photos?